Hey guys, what's this one and only? My name is AJ. Welcome back to an episode of Let's Build a City. Today, we're back up here. We're back at the Snow Hotel. That's a pretty catchy name, right? And I want to start on the sort of surrounding area today. Starting off with the road here. We've got the orange wool of where we want the sort of road or the drive to be. But that's going to be the sort of most important part to get the width right on. And then after that, we can work on the path and the center area. But if we don't leave enough room for the road, it's going to look a little bit weird. So, let's turn these shaders off. Christmas is right around the corner. Hey, guys. Who's excited? Who's done all of the Christmas shopping? Which one of you guys in the comment section is the most prepared? And which one of you haven't even started like me yet? No, not even started yet. I'll get there in the end. I always am one of these people that leave it to like the last minute and then everywhere is out of stock and then I panic a little bit and I think next year I'll prepare myself a little bit more and I never do. So it's just the same old thing every single year. Now, it would be nice to leave a 2-block wide path starting from these bricks here, 2 wide from here. So then the road would be like starting there, and it would be nice to have 5 blocks wide as well, which I think we might have just enough left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is like a visualization of where the bottom of the tree would, like the bottom of the leaves would start. So you'd have the trunk in the middle, and then these leaves wouldn't start until like about here. Or about here, if we're getting in line with it. So it doesn't matter that these are touching. This would actually be like a surrounding like barrier or wall or something like that. So let's drag this out, I don't know, to here for the moment. Oops, I haven't done anything yet. Set stone. And we're probably going to want to have some sort of curve here. But we want the curve to be early enough that it doesn't get in the way of our little sort of hut that we're going to have here. That's going to control. Maybe we could do 2 things. Maybe this could be like a you can't get into this area unless you've got like clearance or whatever. But it could also be like the little guy who controls the what are these called? Stair lifts. That's the one. So let's try. I'll tell you what will probably be easier is if we actually just take this back to grass. Like this, and then we're not getting distracted by other blocks. And then if we go, I don't know, what is the tightest curve that we could do? What's the curve that we've got in the tunnel here? Like we want a tightish curve. See, that's too swooping. That's a really wide curve there. We need it to be a little bit tighter. If we had a big swooping curve like that, I think it would just look a little bit weird because it wouldn't sort of finish curving till about there, probably, where my cursor is. So let's just sort of do it by hand. If we'd done a 2, 1, a 2, and then this was the straight bit again for the inside, and then the outside would be 5 blocks wide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, because we're going 2 lanes, or do we want to stay with 2 lanes on this part? Probably. If we did, it would be 1, 2, 3, and then the middle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then this one is like the middle part of the road, and then 1, 2, 3, like that. Man, that looks a lot thinner than it does there. 1, 2, 3, middle, 1, 2, 3. No, that's right. That's good. Okay, so we want this part now to curve up to this part, but we want it to be symmetrical. So I'm going to go, for the moment, this is going to be the straight line, the edge of the road. This is how I do roads, guys. This is like, everyone always asks, how do you do like the curves on the road and how do you do the roads? It's nice to have a little refresher. So I've built out this line to the length of the first curve in, and I go up here and I try and see if that's going to work out to be about right. I'll come in here now and I'll do a 2. It looked about right for the moment. And then another 2, and then a 1 and a 1. And we stand up in the end, we see, you know, that doesn't look actually too bad. I think it might look a little bit better if we make that into a 3, and that into a 2, that into a 2, and that into a 3. Oop, nope, it should have been that one was a 2, then the one in the middle. I think that's a much cleaner curve, right, as it goes round. So if we fill this in now, there's no quick way to fill in curves. It's a matter of sort of doing a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, and then the arrows on the road, we're going to want that one, we're going to want that one. I don't know which one we're going to need, so I'm just going to grab them all. Straight bit, we leave 2 gaps. We want to find the middle of the road though, so we probably want it to be... Oh, I tell you what, I probably haven't quite got that bit right. It looks a little bit thinner on the left if I'm here. Wrong bit. Do you know what I mean? It looks a little bit... That also looks very, very sharp, the way that we do it. Maybe it'll be alright. 1, 2, and then... Wrong one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it's not too bad. I think we just need to add like a couple of blocks here, maybe. A couple of blocks on the inside. Extend this out. Because it's a new type of curve. We haven't done this sort of curve before. It does make things a little bit trickier. Also, we've got 3 blocks here. Like from the diagonal one to the straight one is 1, 2, 3 blocks. But on this side, it's 1, 2. So we want to bring this further down like that. Just so it looks a little bit more even. And then I think we probably need to extend this again. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's probably the trickiest part of today was doing that. This road is then going to extend forward here because this is going to go, I don't know, maybe to here for the moment. This is going to break into the car park on this side and the driveway on this side. So we can connect that one up there. And then we can bring this up to about there. Something like that. And then on this side, we can do exactly the same thing. So I'm going to ignore this path if we want to. I don't think I might not need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count out in the middle. Do I want the tree stumps to be just 1 log? Voice. Just woken up. Voice, come back to me. Do I want it to be like a 1-stalk tree? Or do I want it to be a 4-stalk tree? Because that really... that's really going to make the difference between if I need an odd number between this road and that road. Odd or even number. I think I'm going to go with a 1-stalk. I'm never a huge fan of the 2 stalks. So if we go 1, 2, 3... And then that's the middle one. And then we do 1, 2, 3... That means then the path would be 1, 2, or the road would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take that. Let's go from there to there. Boom. That's the same as that side. Click there. And down here. Okay, so we've got the 2 strips. We just now need to join these up. Now, this is going to be tricky because this is really tight. We're not going to be able to do our... like normal strategies because of how small this area is. Where is the middle point? To that one. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that's really tight there. I'm gonna have to move this back by 1 just so we can keep that 2 blocks wide for like a little path that's just gonna run around the outside. And then I tell you what's probably gonna be easier is if we just make it like a square corner and then we change what we want back to grass. So like I'm going to put that there and that there just to give us a little bit. Maybe I could do that one and that one as well. That just gives us the sort of interior curve. And then the exterior one, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do that. Hey, that works pretty well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we sort of chisel away. That's nice. I really, really like that. So then the path around the outside, I think we should still do slabs, like how we do the paths everywhere else in the world. Just gives us that little lip up on the side of the road. Voice. Please just stay with me. I should really try and like spend longer waking up instead of just getting up, jumping in the shower, and then starting a video. At least do some like voice practice or something like that. Set 44.6. Oops. Kapow. And I think we'll then continue this in here, which means I'll probably have to raise the doors up by 1 block, but that shouldn't be a problem. So we have this very nice sort of slab going in here. We'll then just lift that up by 1, lift that up by 1. See, that looks like our normal door height now throughout the city. A very nice sort of clean entrance on there. The same, I got rid of the stupid slab. Come here. So we've changed from the gravel was just a placeholder. It wasn't a block that like I chose. It was just there to remind me that I wanted to path around there, because if I don't do that, I just always forget. Always. Okay, and then I think it's probably just going to be easier to do these ones by hand because of how small the corner is. Now with this path, how do you do it, right? Do you just... Obviously this part is easy. We're keeping 2 blocks all the way around the thickness of the path. But then there's a way that we could just do 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. But I find it looks a little bit neater if you just extend the outside one by 1 more block and then do it. And then extend this one out by 1 more block and then do it. And then that one. There. It's getting a little bit tricky there. Like that and like that. And you just end up with a really nice even thick path all the way around. Minecraft gets really tricky once you start going into diagonals. It's always tricky when you start going into diagonals. So I don't like that. I like the bit missing there. Okay, path around the outside. Check. Now we've actually got this sort of extra piece of land here. I want the big tree obviously centered with the doors, if possible. And then 2 small trees. They can just be like normal standard trees on the outside. This area here. Oh, what about like a wooden sign? If I just put like some blocks there to remind me, because I might not get round to it. Yeah, and that'll just be like a sign, snow wood cabin or whatever we're going to call it. Okay, let's get rid of these now, because these are just throwing off where my middle point vision is. So this is a one-way system road as well. Obviously, it's not wide enough to have 2 cars on it. So you drive in, past the doors, and then out. Just makes a lot more sense. Okay, so trees. Let's get rid of our inventory completely. Get our 1 back. And now we want oak wood. Okay, so we're going to want to have in the... I don't have like a complete center to the doors because there's 2 blocks between the doors there. So I'm just going to choose one. I'm going to actually choose the one closest to that way, so it gives us more room for that small tree that we want. And that's in the middle of there. And I think I'll just do like a stalk up. That's probably a nice sort of height for the stalk, and then we'll have like a little bit of tree above it. Now, remember, we want it to be snowy, so we're going to use snow blocks, and then instead of mixing like the roof blocks in like we did on the roof of the building, we're going to mix grass blocks in, not grass, leaf blocks. We'll probably use spruce because it's a nice sort of darker wintry tree for the leaves. I might even use spruce logs, in fact, because we've got oak logs in the building. Oh, I hiccuped. Yeah, spruce. It always makes me feel like cold and wintry when doing spruce trees. I don't know why. So, what we'll do... I'm just trying to think. I'll make them all out of snow first, and then we'll just use world edit to mix some other ones in. So let's go 4 blocks out for the base for the moment. Now I'm certainly nowhere near the best tree maker in Minecraft. I'm not very good at making organic trees. I think mostly because I like things to be symmetrical on all sides. I'm like not one of these people that like things to be like what's the word for it? Like asymmetrical. That's it, asymmetrical. I like it to be like perfect with and obviously with trees that just never exists. Now, I need to force this tree to be nice and tall. So we're not going to do our normal sort of step up slowly thing. I'm really going to sort of stretch out every layer with very subtle changes. This bottom is going to be exactly the same, these two ones. And then the next one will just be slightly smaller, have a slightly different change. And we should, I'm hoping, end up with a sort of tall tree. A tall but relatively thin tree. We're not like too wide on this space. So it's just going to look really tall. So I'm going to do that. See, that's the little subtle change. It's literally one block missing. It's going to look really weird being made out of all snow like this at first. Especially until we get the actual tree completed. And I always start off with like this sort of cross or like this windmill on the top. It just makes it really easy to build the next sections. Like that. I don't know, it just makes it easier for me to remember what parts I've built and what parts I haven't. I don't know. So that's the subtle change on this one. So now we need to go, I could go up there if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to drop that down now. So we're going to go, oops, 3 blocks in. Now the 3 block one is usually like the biggest stretch one. Okay, like that. 3 again. Oops, let me keep with my windmill first. And then I'll do that. Making it up as you go. You can't really put too much planning into these, or at least I don't like to. Just sort of go with the flow. If you don't like it at the end, you can always just change and modify little parts until you do. So we're at the top of the trunk now. I'm not going to extend the trunk up any further. It's going to be leaves and stuff up here anyway. So, or we're mostly going to be like leaves and snow. So I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Do that cross. And then, oops. I could do that, but I think that looks a little bit weird there. So we're down to 2 now. Like that one. Like that one. Now what do we look like? See, I like that. I like that. It looks a little bit too white. So now, we just grab a log. We select that one. And we go up here. And I make sure I get the whole tree. I think that'll get the whole tree. I select that one. And we get spruce leaves 18-1. Replace snow blocks with 18-1 and snow block. Now this will be a 50-50 ratio, which I don't want. I want more snow, so we're going to add another snow block. That'll be a 33% leaf, and I'm going to add another one, so it's going to be 25% leaves, 75% snow. You know, I think that's still too much snow. It's close. Undo. Let's go back, so it's 33%. That's good. That's a really good mix now, I think. It's still mostly snow, but you've got the leaves just poking through. That looks cool. Yeah, that actually looks like the snow has sort of fell onto the thicker parts of the branches too. Very nice. Okay, over here, small tree. Probably like 5 blocks. I'll grab the snow. Instead of starting with 4 blocks, we'll start with 3 blocks at the bottom here. And it's going to be a much faster shrink. And I should only have to build this once. Because it's a smaller tree as well, I can sort of build each section at the same time. I might still do those ones. Okay. At the top of the logs. That one. That one. Oops. That one and that one. So a little smaller, stumpier tree for on this side. Let's copy this. I want to really copy it with the trunk as well. So we'll take that one. And we'll take that one. I'll just stand... Where do I want to stand? If I stand on this part of the tree, this tree here, I copy it. I rotate it by 180 and then stand on this side of the tree. It'll be the perfect distance away from each other. Now we can click that one. And click this one. We can do our snow blocks and leaves. Same over here with this one. I could have done it before I copied and pasted it, but then the patterns would have been the same with the leaves. Probably would never have noticed it, but still. There we go. Kapow. There's some leaves in that one. Oops. Undo. Undo. I just didn't like the pattern. I like that pattern there. That's a better pattern. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. The leaves are degrading. Did you see that? So I need to actually replace the leaves. Fortunately, I can actually tell where the leaves should be. Yeah, see? Interesting. Should be a leaf there as well, and a leaf there, and a leaf there. Ah. Well, I've learned something. Oh, I tell you what. Let's just take out these on the bottom, and it'll sort of look like. Oh, I sort of like that. It'll sort of look like where the branches should be. Yeah, like the snow sort of draped down over it. Okay. So I think I am getting them all. I'll probably miss a couple, but fortunately, because we built the tree completely symmetrical, it's really easy to tell when we're missing blocks. That's all good. That despawned just as I got there then. I don't need to worry about the ones right in the middle of the tree. I'm not that bothered. Okay, let's just have a quick whiz around this tree. No blocks missing. Like the obvious ones. Yeah, that one is. Now we're good. Oh, that's a little frustrating. I'm going to have to remember that for the future. I did wonder at the beginning of the episode, like when I was just like setting up recording, if this would happen. But I thought, nah, it shouldn't do. I think I had this same problem when we were way back when we were doing Let's Build Springfield. I'm sure I had that problem way back then. Okay. And this one. Okay. I can't remember which ones I've got now. I'm just going round the tree again. Okay, I think that's good. Now, just to finish off, oh, let's do this sign as well. I'll do the sign here. We'll make it back out of normal oak logs like the building is. And I'm leaving a 2-block gap around the side here because that's going to be where like the actual main wall is. I really did like spruce wood though. Like it like that. Do I like it like that? Or do I like it like... Oops, not that one. That one. Oops. Snow. I like that. Yeah, that's like the little sort of sign on the edge button. I like that. I think that's pretty smart. We'll keep that. And now around the side here, let's just finish this part off, and then we'll have to call it a day. What block do we want to use for this? It's going to be like a wall. I think we do something with a fence on top. I think that's going to really suit the area. Maybe even just stone brick with a fence on top, because we've used the stone bricks very lightly in the building with the pillars and stuff, but kept it to a minimal. I think bringing the stone bricks then down onto the drive here will really make them all pop out and stand nicely. Oh, and I need to make the ground in the middle here probably a mix of grass and snow as well while we're here. Like that. So really give the wintry feel. Quite nice to do this in December. Replace grass with grass. Snow block. Let's go 50-50. Undo. Let's go. I think the 33% snow block really works. I'll just do that little bit that I missed. I couldn't get. I think a 33% snow block, 66% snow block, 33% grass in this whole area will work really well. I think this little fence design, it's nice and neat, but look, it's got wood, which is like the thing that we're going for here with the lodge, but it also looks quite expensive. It's not like just a normal fence just placed on the ground. It's got some like architecture behind it. Okay, really nice. Just to finish off the edge of the building here, let's do that. Let it choose what it wants to do there. Do that one. Oops, I broke it. That one to probably go over here to that one. Just gets the edge parts there. Oh, get rid of that gravel now as well. Is there any more gravel bits? I don't think there will be. Okay, I'm going to leave this side because I don't know what we're doing here yet. But that's sort of got the snow around that edge of the building there. I might put a tree there, so I'm going to leave that for the moment. But how cool does that look? Let's see with the shaders on. The white should really give that sort of winter. Yeah, see how it like reflects off the snow there? I really like that. Where is the sun? This side is going to look really shiny. Yeah. Oh, there's a block missing. There we go. Sweet. This is going to look awesome. Might put something else in there. I don't know yet. Looks a little bit empty. Maybe like a really small tree or something like that. Sort of drop them down. But that's a really cool entrance. I like it. If you guys enjoyed the episode, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye.